God, mother, son of a mother. Why you can't stop slicing. It's very, very simple concept. You know, you go out to the range, you're getting maybe a little bit of a draw on the range, you've been working on it, you've been going after it as hard as you can, and you still go up to that first tee and hit the slice, and we all know how frustrating that can be. Well, the simple answer is this is just how your brain works whenever we add some speed. And what I mean by speed is meaning, you know, the stakes get a little bit higher. When you're on the range, you get hit ball after ball, you have a big old wide open area to hit, and there's really not a whole lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? There's not a whole lot of nervousness, there's not a whole lot of accountability for those shots. You can go in there, but when you get up to the first tee, there's accountability. Now you got water down the left side, we got water, we got trees to the right, and you might be playing with your buddies, and now the shot counts. And all of a sudden what happens in your brain is it starts speeding up on you. You can't, there's nothing you can do about it. That's just the way that it works. Even the guys on the tour, they get up to the first tee, it speeds up on them. And whenever something speeds up on you, we end up going back to what's most comfortable. So if you started out and you had any kind of problem slicing, and this is what you're comfortable with on the tee, whether you consciously or subconsciously know it, that's going to be the first thing that happens when you turn on the speed and you turn up the stakes. So in order to break that cycle, you're going to have to really, really go after the other end of it. I've mentioned this in a couple of my other videos, where if you want to correct something, let's say this is where you want to get to, and this is where you are, this is me slicing over here. If I want to get to not slicing, which is my midpoint, I'm going to have to hit the other end of it. We want to hit the complete other end of the spectrum. So what I'm going to implore you guys to do out there is do the drill that we're going to go over in this video, and then go out for your next round and just purposely hook it off the first tee. So we're going to learn how to hook it, we're going to learn how to overhook it, the other end of slicing, and then the important part is getting that onto the course. So go out onto the course and hook the first one on the tee. I have seen it happen so many times. Guys go up there and slice it and say they would just be totally happy with the hook. So what we're going to do, learn how to hook it. I'm sure we all know, if we're any kind of slicer, we've looked it up on the internet, we've looked on YouTube, we've looked everywhere, and we know that we're all coming over the top. Our face is open in relationship to the path, and we're slicing this ball starting off to the left and curving off to the right. And to combat that, you hear swing from the inside and close the face down. Well, I'm going to give you guys a little something extra today, and we're going to key off of just overdoing the heck out of this. It's going to look a little bit funky, but it really, really works when we're talking about over-exaggerating this. Hope I don't lose too many balls. I got water down the left there. What we're going to do is we're simply going to forget about a whole lot about technique, and we're just going to get into more of a game speed mode and really just think about what we're going to do on the first tee. And what we're going to do is we're going to get to the top of our backswing, and we're going to leave our right shoulder back. You know, this is probably the number one move that happens when we come over the top, is the right shoulder starts to come over very quickly, and then that's what gives us our out to in swing path, because our swing path is generally going to want to go down our shoulder line. If we go to the top of our swing and we come over, we're going to naturally want to swing down the line of our shoulders, which is coming across the ball and slicing. So by leaving our right shoulder back, we're going to do the exact opposite. We're going to have the tendency to want to swing down our shoulder line, which is going to be well right to left, giving us that big opportunity to hook the ball. So what we're going to do, go up, and you're going to think about a line coming up right out of the top, or right out of the front of your foot, straight up out of the ground, and you want to keep your shoulder behind that line. And from there, you're going to throw your hands at the ball, and you're going to really let that club face roll on over. And by keying off that back shoulder, you're going to eliminate the biggest slice mishap that happens when we do slice, by keeping the shoulder way back. So let's go ahead and try this out. So I'm going to get to the top of my swing. You can try a couple practice swings right here. Let me get in front of the ball so I don't hit it. You're going to come up to the top right here, keep the right shoulder back, and just let everything flip through. The right shoulder might come a little bit through the shot because of the momentum of the club. That's fine. Just maintain keeping that shoulder behind the right toe line. So let's go ahead and try one out here. Oh, a little out of breath. Okay, we're going to go to the top. Keep that right shoulder back. Let's just hook the bejesus out of one right here. Okay, so I blocked that one a little bit. That's going to be kind of the other end of it. You might block it. Let's go ahead and try one more. That's kind of the double-edged sword of the out to in swing path, which we do go over in other videos, which is perfectly fine. So what I need to do to correct that when I'm practicing on the range is really let that toe roll on over. So let's go ahead and try out one more right here. I'm You're gonna leave that right shoulder way back, swing out way right to left, and really turn that toe over. There we go. Big old hook. Accidentally smashed it down the middle of the fairway right there. You know, that might actually happen to you out there. I would willing to guess 9 out of 10 of you guys who slice it a lot, you go out there on the first tee, you work on hooking it on the range, you get out there, it speeds up, you might be trying to hook it, but it's probably gonna put you somewhere close to 0, meaning right in that sweet spot where you're gonna hit it, and you're probably gonna hit a nice high draw right down the middle. So guys, go out there, work on it, just really work on hooking the heck out of it on the range. And on the first tee, when you go out to play, hook it to the left. You know, miss it. If every time you go to the first tee, you slice it off right in the woods, go up to the next tee, hook it into the left. You know, it's going to start getting you back to the place that you want to be. All right, so go out there, have some fun with it, know you're gonna do it, and go ahead and get better. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, so I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an awesome bonus for you. Now, one of the most important things we can do in golf, and let's face it, we all want to crank the ball. We want to hit it hard with a lot of power. That's probably the #1 thing to improving your golf game that I found. And the best thing to do to improve your speed, your power, is to get a lot more lag in the downswing. So I got a great bonus for you. One of the #1 mistakes that I see people make that is really killing their lag. I'm going to play a preview of that video. If you want to watch the full thing, all you have to do, if you're on a desktop device, you're on a computer, go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. That'll get you instant access to that full video, plus 5 bonus videos from our Top Speed Golf system. It's going to walk you through the entire system. And then if you're on a mobile device, a tablet, you're going to go ahead and click on the iCard that's somewhere on the screen right now. Go ahead and click that iCard, click that link. It's going to get you instant access, and I'll see you all in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.